Last time you guys finished up in the desert city of Arion and continued your journey towards the place marked on your map for a tower. You eventually saw it off in the distance, and the tower was probably taller than what you expected when you first got there. Uh, this tower was just immense and was filled with divine energy. It appeared to me almost made out of sand, like a sand castle, but you're able to climb it with easy, simple handholds, just touching into the sand and so forth. Uh, Tango, who was looking to procure items to help with the climb, particularly potions, mentioned the climb to Tara, who was in there, who just happened to be the right NPC to mention that to, as they had very inexpensive items to sell that would provide advantage to climb up, and many of you were able to take advantage of those. With them, and through whether acrobatics or whatever the case may be, helping each other out, suffering from exhaustion, resting, finding little places to gather your strength, you're able to climb the tower over the course of 4 long, grueling days. And when you reach the tower, I'm going to go ahead, since we were behind last time, I'm going to go ahead and reintroduce that little cap off for the end there for the answer dragon. So after days of exhaustive climbing, you finally crest the tower's peak, and your gaze immediately falls upon a colossal creature, the answer dragon. It rests before you, the largest living being your eyes have ever beheld. Its vast form is mostly covered in thick bronze scales, with glowing blue energy swirling across its body. Enormous horns curl back around its head. And then, as soon as you stand there, you feel it, this crushing pressure, as if the very air around you is impossibly heavy, pushing down on your very soul. As you stand transfixed, 2 bright beacons of light ignite. The dragon's eyes, they open, washing over you in an intense gaze. It slowly rises on all 4 legs and stretches out its colossal wings to their full, awe-inspiring extent. And you've faced dragons before, but this creature dwarfs them all. An eternity passes, and in a single moment, then a subtle, almost pleasant smile curls up from the dragon's mouth. Its voice rumbles deep, resonating through you. Welcome. As the word hangs in the air, that overwhelming divine pressure recedes, as if the dragon consciously suppresses its true, infinite power. So, as you stand there and this divine energy kind of washes over you, you just can't help but feel a little of it settle into you as you reach a milestone. And as time permits, you'll all level up to level 5.
Would you like to do that right now or later?
No, as we're doing things, I think it makes sense. You guys can just be leveling up throughout the session. There's no rush for it. So as you stand there, the dragon's gaze kind of softens, and its deep voice, it still overwhelms you all, and it's resonating through you, and it speaks again. You have journeyed far, and for that you are worthy. Know this. Every being who reaches me is granted 1 question freely, and I shall provide an answer. After that first truth is spoken, further answers may be sought. And he looks over towards this massive horde to his side, but they must be purchased. He looks back towards you all, and his head cocks slightly, its eyes reading each of you. Understand, too, that my answers strive for clarity. I shall endeavor to discern the true intent of your query, not merely the exact words you utter. While precision in your question is valued, fear not, for I do not seek to twist your meaning or exploit a clumsy phrase. He then lets out a kind of like a faint sigh. Yet even I am bound by higher powers. Should the God of knowledge withhold a truth, my voice may fall silent. Such an occurrence is rare, for antiquity values the pursuit of understanding above all. But there are indeed secrets even the silver tree keeps. And with that, he just kind of lowers his head and looks down towards you all with a pleasant look in his face. A reminder of the imagery that I use.
Do we remember? I'm sorry. I think our characters remember. What was the question that we were supposed to ask?
I've got it. Give me 1 second. Somewhere written down.
Right. Something about the language of magic, I think. Let me check
Why
my notes
is
really
it-
quickly.
Why is it one of the 7 tomes of the hereafter made its way into our realm, and where are the other 7 tomes of the hereafter? That's what I have.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that right? Hereafter?
Were you asking me a question?
Yeah. Was it the 7 tomes of the hereafter?
Yep.
Okay. I couldn't read my handwriting, and I thought that's what that said, but I need to start using I need to start typing my notes out instead of using my abysmal Dr. Wright.
I've also got handouts for some of this stuff.
Oh. Yes, we do. And that is the game we're in.
And anytime you want to write notes, you've got a party notes thing too under your party resources.
Perfect. Thank you for reminding me. Now, if we ask, this is to the DM, which I don't know that you'll answer this, but if we ask a generic question about can we save our question to come back later? I just want to clarify, we can save our free question, right? We don't have to use that one.
Yeah, Syl actually answered that question for you guys. He told you that you could. You don't have to ask a question. You could pay for a question right away and save your freebie for later. So that's why he's giving you the money. You can essentially use it to pay for questions. And then anytime later, if you want to, you can ask your own.
And do we have to specify the question, or I know he said he wasn't really gonna twist anything against us. So if I say "Hey, how's your day?" for example, he won't do count that as a question, right?
You'd have to ask him and find out.
Oh no. Okay.
I've updated the party notes to have the question in there. So once we ask those 2 questions and get an answer of some kind, I'll keep track of updating that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. And then
I will turn away from the dragon and ask my companions, just so the dragon makes sure that I'm not asking him the question. And I'll just say, my friends, should we ask the dragon the questions now? Or do any of you have any other questions that we should ask beforehand?
I'm going to save my question, I think.
I have so many questions, I don't know where to begin.
Well, why don't we go ahead and take the pay? Did Syl pay us enough for just the 2 questions, or did he pay us a bag each?
You could have inferred from what he was saying that he was like, this will be for a question, and he hands a bag. This will be for another question as a follow-up, and he handed a second bag.
Okay, so we literally have enough for 2 questions.
Right.
Yes.
Which means those diamonds that you wanted to take probably need to go back into the bag.
Oh, it wasn't taking the diamonds. It was just switching them with the different jewels that we had. I can still put them back if you want me to.
Oh no,
it's
that's
just
fine.
okay. Yeah, no, it was just more like getting change, you know,
Mhm.
because I have the spell Revivify. Well, not right now, but I can get it, and I just wanted to have like something like a diamond, but it should all still be about the same price.
As far as I was concerned, the amount in the bag stayed the same. Just
Yeah.
the type of gem taken out. That's which is fine.
Go. Um, I'll go ahead and ask the first question if y'all are okay with that.
Of course.
Um, greetings, Mr. Answer Dragon.
He
I'm gonna
smiles.
pay. I'm gonna pay for this question and save my question, my freebie, for another day.
Yes. He grins ever so slightly. You're about the size of a tooth.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say like this thing is Simon is just low key mortified, but also like entranced. Why is it that one of the 7 tomes of the hereafter made its way into our realm? Specifically, the one from the quasi-plane of mud.
He holds his hands out and specifically like takes his claws and puts them together so they form like a tiny little. They come almost to a point, and he holds his hand out towards you.
I give him the bag.
He takes the bag and kind of looks down towards it, and then he cocks his head for a second. And you see he brings it up and gently smells it. Then he looks back towards you, furrows his brow ever so slightly, lets out a sigh. I see Quasildan sent you.
If you mean Syl, our friend, yes.
His eyes are basically beams of light, but yet somehow you could tell he rolls his eyes at it. All right. He takes the bag and he reaches and stretches over and just turns it upside down and dumps the content onto onto his massive hoard pile. Very well. He kind of sits on his back legs, and pushes up with his arms and aims his head upwards, and the kind of bluish swirls on his body glow for just a moment, and then he brings his head back down towards you all. The glow in his eyes changes from like a yellowish color to this like slightly silverish glow that comes out of it. The 7 tomes of the hereafter were forged by a single piece of the infinity cloth. It wants to be reunited. As 2 pieces both came to this material plane, the rest saw an opportunity to rejoin them. The desire, this instinct of this cloth to be one was enough to make it kind of like, kind of, again, furrows his brow ever so slightly as he's saying this, enough to make the impossible, to make miracles happen. And with that, he stops and just looks back towards you.
Thank you.
He just sort of rests his head down, keeping his face pointed towards the group, but seems to be perfectly relaxed with you around him.
Right. While Stitch Fix is maybe pondering the question, maybe writing it down. Darren would go would step forward. He will give a nod to the dragon, and he will say, "Oh, avatar of." Oh wait, I forgot what the avatar was of. Antiquity? Yeah, okay. Same. Avatar of Antiquity. I have come here with my friends to ask you one more question that Syl had us ask of you. The question is, where are the 7 tomes of the hereafter? As Darren would hold up the bag with jewels in it.
He reaches forward and again gingerly takes the bag from you and kind of looks at it for a moment. Takes his hand, stretches it over, turns it upside down, dumps the contents onto his massive hoard, looks back towards you. Very well. And he, again, stretches up, points his head up towards the sky for a moment, unfurls his wings. He seems like he's taking a moment to take in information, and he slowly brings his head back down. The 7 tomes of the hereafter are in the following places. The Athenaeum of Theshidan. The next book is in Madame Maven's personal collection. The next lies in the Library of Ignorance. The next book resides in the ancient Library of Lifegate. One book sits in your possession. The 6th resides with the dragon Kothar. The 7th book, I do not know its location. However, I can tell you of the one who does know of its location. The only creature that knows the location of the 7th book, well, it is just their head, and their head sits in a well underwater in the bog of Cullen, formerly known as Shannon Estuary. And with that, the blue glow fades from his eyes. He blinks a couple of times and rests his head.
All right, the name of the last place, what was it?
The last thing that he said was that it's known to the head of a creature whose head is in a well underwater in the bog of Cullen, formerly known as Shannon Estuary.
Sounds familiar for some reason.
So they mentioned 7 total?
Yep, they did.
The first one was the Athenaeum of what?
First was the Athenaeum
Theshidan.
of Theshidan. Madame Maven's personal collection.
Yeah.
The Library of Ignorance. The Ancient Library of Lifegate. And then one is in your possession, one is in the possession of Kothar, and one is known to the head in the well.
Right. I put all of this in the party notes if you guys would like to take a look at it.
I did too. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Actually wrote something down with a pen for the first time in forever.
So, yeah, that was good to write down.
My spelling is probably abysmal, so if it's spelled incorrectly, please let me know.
Oh, bog of yeah. Your spelling is better than mine. I wrote down bog of colon, like the intestine.
I mean, a bog it's not too far off.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all really, really good. The only thing you got, Kothar is spelled with a K. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, you
I
got
knew it. I
Athena,
knew it.
right?
Damn it.
Very good there.
Oh, shoot. I just opened developer tools. Hold on. God damn it. All right. And
As you guys kind of talks amongst yourselves and scribble down the information that he's providing to you, again, his head is just resting on this ground, and it's fairly close to you guys. You guys have like 30 feet of like a 30-foot berth around his head, but it still feels really close. But he lifts his right arm up and just stretches it over to the side, over by where the teleportation circle is. Just hold his hands out, and you see essentially conjured furniture appear. Several couches, chairs, a little bit of a small table. And he kind of waves his hand a second time. Food and drink appear on it, including clearly ice cold beverages. And then he rests his hand back down. He just says, "Take your time."
that's mighty kind of you. Thank you so much, sir. All right. Simon has leveled up. Because I just needed to pick spells and I already had them picked out.
Yep, I'm leveled up too.
Do spells work up here?
Are you sure that is the question you wish to ask?
Nope. I'll figure it out myself. Thank you for clarifying. And I'm going to try to cast Mage Hand.
You cast Mage Hand without any problem.
Sweet!
What about you, Parsnip Eldoria? Anything?
What?
Any questions you all would like to ask?
Oh yeah, I get a free one, don't I?
Yeah, if there's something that you want to know, you can ask. If you need privacy, I can go, like, we can go sit down on the couch.
No, I don't need privacy. I can only think of one question that I want to ask.
For some reason, you're not sure how it's possible, but there's a little bit of fear in the dragon's eyes when Parsnip speaks up.
No, no, no. Not gonna do anything crazy. Well, maybe it's crazy. I don't think so. Oh, great and powerful wish dragon, avatar of antiquity. I would like to know the location of the ivy wrought armor of the Verdant Knight.
Okay. All right.
You said the ivy rot armor?
The ivy rot. Yeah.
Ivy rot
Mhm.
armor of the Verdant Knight. He's
Okay.
the one. He's the one that the story's about in the first book of the Tome of the Hereafter we had.
Hmm.
Okay. Let me make sure I have my name right here. Okay. Cocks his head to the side for a second. Gets up. Comes back down. He looks towards you with glowing blue eyes. The ancient armor of legend, amongst other legacy artifacts, sits as a power that helped produce the great trees of Domnan in High Brazil. This armor is within its roots. Under the tree, under the tree. Yeah, it's within the roots under the trees.
The ancient armor of legend amongst other legacy artifacts, and that's where I lost it. Sorry.
They were the power that helped produce the trees that created Domnan, the city in High Brazil, in South Aberlin.
Domlin?
Domnan.
Oh, you're the best.
Thank you, DM.
Yep.
And DM, did the dragon say under the tree or the trees? Multiple.
You said under the trees. Anybody who would like to can make a knowledge history check, DC 12, to know about Domnan.
Oh, I'm proficient.
I don't know that Simon would know about it, so I'm not going to
Oh,
roll.
no.
Tango, you can share this if you wish. Domnan is the capital city of it's like a city-state itself. It is both the city and essentially the nation. And High Brazil is the largest, it's this huge, massive forest in South Aberlin, the continent. Domnan is essentially made of three massive trees. They form the base of the city, and the city itself essentially is within the trees.
Yeah, I would share that. A little bit of pride. So, I know this because my family was some of the last visitors to South Aberlin before the Great Storm made the waters too treacherous to travel across.
Alrighty. I think I got it saved.
Anybody partake of the food and drink that he offers you guys?
I will.
Yeah, I would.
As soon as you consume it, you get all the benefits of a long rest once you've had anything to drink, anything to eat whatsoever.
If I
There was this lady in the town, DM, that told us how much was how many, like, what was the equivalence to gold pieces of each bag? Would you please remind me what each bag was worth?
Each bag contained 10,000 gold in value.
So if I were to cast Sending and then take another drink, I can get that expended spell slot back.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to cast Sending after everyone's done asking their questions. How do you do the yellow text? Is it /E?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think it's E and EM. Sorry, DM. I think my thing disconnected. My headphones. Were you able to listen to the question I asked you?
Yes, I'm assuming you're asking me and not him. The price.
Yeah, you.
The cost is 10,000 gold. I also updated the handout with the answer dragon, and I pasted the GM note of the cost per question to it.
Oh wow. Okay.
He's not cheap, otherwise everyone would do it.
That didn't work.
Try
Gotcha.
that.
Yeah, the first part works. It's just when there's a break in the paragraph, it'll send it
Yeah.
just a second message.
It happens.
You get a reply back a few seconds later. Ah, thank you for remembering me. Tell the old lizard I said hello.
I turn to the answer dragon and say, by the way, our friend Astrophy says hello.
He cocks his head to the side for a second when you say that, and you see him close his eyes, and for just the briefest of moments, a little blue flash hits them, and he smiles and nods in your direction.
Well, does anyone else have any questions? Tango, do you want to ask them?
Yeah, I'm just kind of sorting it out in my brain on the best approach to try and get the answers that I might be looking for. I think I just need another minute or two.
You take your time, Baldoria. I will ask one while we wait on you. Darren would step forward again, and he would say, "Oh, dragon, I would wish to use my free question. What was the reasoning behind killing Alron Agrimir?"
Okay. He tilts his head back, raises up, thinks for a minute, and he comes back down and says, I'm unable to answer that question. The motives are beyond my knowledge. You may ask another question.
Sorry, Dean, we're gonna give me a second. I gotta think of a good
problem.
one now.
No problem. He ushers you over to the refreshments. As you guys kind of bask in the divinity, go leveling up, writing notes down, having refreshments. He eventually kind of gets up a little bit, and this huge lumbering form goes over, and you see him just sort of take his hands and rake them through and play with this just Scrooge McDuck hoard of gold over to the side and just kind of occupy himself with it.
Right, Darren will once again step forward, and he'll say, "Oh, dragon, I have thought of another one. What is the Crimson Order?"
He looks towards you for a moment, gives you his attention as you're asking your question, raises his head up. His eyes glow blue, comes back down. Again, with his deep voice, begins to speak. The Crimson Order is a moderately sized criminal organization, approximately 50 members strong, operating throughout the continent of Drelland. While they don't explicitly brand themselves, their activities align closely with those of a thieves or assassins guild. Their primary base of operations is the deserted city of Yinshir, strategically located east of Ulwich and west of Nevelton, and just below the Ice Saber Mountains. Due to their widespread network, typically no more than 20 members are present at the stronghold at any given time. Most members of the Crimson Order can be identified by a sanguine mark that appears as a blood drop behind their left ear on their jaw. This organization is led by one known as Hammerhand. He has 2 primary lieutenants named Zarl and Iktar. The majority of their organization is comprised of assassins or rogues. However, they do have some magic wielders, specifically sorcerers and clerics. They are suspected in several political assassinations throughout the continent. With that, his eye blinks, he shakes, he goes, long one. He turns and goes back to his horde.
Thank you, dragon.
I didn't get the location of the city where their base was, and I didn't get the 2 generals. But everything else should be there.
Zarl and Ishtar.
Yep, correct. And the city's name was Yinshir.
Yinshir. Thank you. I was close. Yinshir and Zarl. While we're waiting, can I use the token to message Sil and let him know what we heard?
You are beyond the range. It has a 100-mile range.
Ooh, okay. In that case, I don't think I can get all this into sending unless I do multiple sendings, which I could do, I guess. That's a lot. We'll
We're
just
about to teleport anyway, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else they'd be interested in speaking with him about? If not, you guys are welcome to head on back, but obviously it's a bit of a journey to return.
I think Tango's finally close enough to ready to step forward. And just to preface real quick above table here, Tango's doing his usual. Once he gets going, he keeps going. It turns into a long-winded sort of thing. I'm going to try and summarize as best I can what Tango would go on about here for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So, yeah, he'll step forward, getting pretty close to the dragon. He kind of walks back and forth, kind of pacing right in front of his maw as he talks, probably ending off with the question and like leaning against the dragon's lower jaw somewhere, kind of unscared, unafraid of the dragon himself. But he's going to step forward and start with, I'd like to tell you a story. you probably know most of it, and there might be some things that sound like questions within this story, but I will assure you, you will know when I'm looking for any particular answer. Although, if you hear things during this story that sound like useful information I should know, that you would be willing to share, that isn't necessarily part of my question at the end, feel free to share if you like. So he is going to give a nice little bow and say, I'm sure you're well aware of the Baldorias, a noble family established in the city of Theshidan. We claim that our ancestry can be traced back to the earliest days of Theshidan, sometime between the Great Divide and the Second Divide. We were influential in establishing the coastal city. We helped build forts, trade routes, and even used our own ships and crew and family to navigate the southern seas. That was before the Great Storm made the journey too treacherous. Over the years, our family grew exponentially in size. Some say that due to our devotion to Felicia, that she might have even had some influence in our Baldoria lineage, almost directly. He's going to kind of side-eye, as that might be a possible question, as some of our family members were born Asimars. So my family lineage has kind of spread wide amongst this continent. We're known throughout, many making names for themselves, and I seek to make my own name amongst my own family, amongst the citizens of this continent. I am certain that Felicia I always struggle with her name. Felicia will watch over me and guide me, that she will have me on the correct path. Side-eyes him again. And that she might help me in finding certain items or relics that will help me in my journey on where to find them. Side-eyes him a third time. But I guess the question I really have is, am I on the right path to carve my name into the history books? And by the end, will my father be proud of me?
He has several expressions that go through his face. When you mentioned Felicia, he gets a sly grin as if remembering something. And he looks at you with a slight bit of concern and not quite sadness, but he looks at you a little concerned when you get to the end there. So, listen. I will tell you, antiquity is not the god of time. Antiquity cannot see the future. However, in place of a question, if you truly desired it, antiquity can give you a way to see into the future. You'd be able to see if your father would be proud of you or not. But it would be a long journey and a difficult one to achieve this. And even then, you might not get the answer that you seek. As far as the path that you're on, again, I cannot see the future, nor can antiquity. You could be on an absolutely fantastic adventure, or you could just trip and fall off of this pillar right now. He kind of leans his head over the side and looks down. That would probably end your adventure very quickly. If you want to ask me about treasures, locations, I am happy to answer them. But when it comes to the future and a person's emotions, or motivations that is beyond the God of knowledge.
That's reasonable. Thank you.
I will throw this one in for free. He's kind of snickers as he's weird seeing this massive dragon get this childish grin on his face. It's certainly very possible that Felicia's in your family line somewhere. He chuckles to himself. It's deep chuckle. Ah, yes. And he goes back over and rests up against his gold pile.
Just to clarify, that was my free question.
No. He says, "I'll give you that one for free," meaning
Right.
it's a freebie, not your one question.
I meant even before that. The answers he gave
No.
about looking at the future.
Nope, they're not. He did say that in place of an answer, he can give you a way to see into the future, but it's very difficult.
I guess in response to that, Tango would kind of rub his eye patch, thinking about the effects magic have had on his sight, quite physically, before checking his sense. And I think I'll pass on that one.
Nods at you, just reclines.
I guess thinking about magic and the effects it can have on individuals in a negative sense and potentially entire civilizations and continents. If we are to assemble these books of the hereafter, will it be dangerous for life on Dryland?
He looks at you when you ask that question, and he gets a little bit of concern on his face, and he gets down. He kind of lowers himself, and as he does, it's almost like his entire massive existence is shrinking ever so slightly, and he looks like he locks eyes with you, and he says, "I don't need antiquities knowledge to answer this, and I don't answer this as a question that you can ask me, but I will tell you, knowing what they're capable of, it's entirely uncertain if they were to be reformed together. It would give near infinite power to someone. That could be a blessing, it could be a curse. It could reshape the world for positive or negative things. It's dangerous, no matter what. In the right hands, so much could be helped, so much could be saved. And in the wrong hands, so much could be destroyed. And it's these types of things that mortals must decide for their world." And he just kind of stares at you for a minute, trying to let that sink in. And then his head kind of darts to each of you and kind of locks eyes for just a moment, making sure everyone kind of heard him say that. And he takes a deep breath and kind of steps back a little bit and seems to resume that grand stature that he had.
I was afraid of such an answer. Just to clarify again, was that my question?
No. You could tell that it was as if for a few seconds there he literally gave up his smidgen of divinity.
Okay. So I still have a free question.
Yeah. The one didn't count because he seemed like he wanted to answer it. The other one was, again, not really the divine answering you.
Okay. Do mortal hands exist that would be considered the right ones to possess these books?
That's impossible to know. Again, we cannot see the future.
I could do this all day.
Oh, that's fine. I can do this all century.
Do the gods fear the books coming together?
He tips his head back, looks for an answer as to the fear of the gods, and he comes back down and he furrows his brow and says, "Antiquity is not permitted to answer that question."
Sometimes the absence of an answer is the answer in of itself. So I think that's pretty telling.
Yeah.
DM, can I make a perception check to see if there's any like discarded scales on the ground from him just shedding?
You look around for them, and he notices, and he says, "What did you want them for?"
I don't know. It's a souvenir.
Oh, well,
Like
that's fair.
I've never met a being of your like. Do you see me? Like that's not a question. I know you see me. I'm tiny. One of your scales, like I could polish it into like a mirror or something. I can send it to my GG as proof that I met like a larger than life dragon. Like it's just kind of cool. You're a very imposing, impressive being.
He tilts his head to the side and takes up one of his massive front claws, kind of scratches the back of his head. A few little scales fall off onto the ground. One really large one does. For a moment, you see the large one have this kind of this blue energy to it, and then it quickly kind of fades away. But yeah, you get like 4 scales, roughly the size of like a baseball card, and then you get one that's about the size of a sheet of paper that's about an inch thick.
Hell yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm sure it would be fun to send someone.
They all seem like they are. Let's see, I believe it should be brass. Double check. Trying to remember if they're brass or bronze. Brass. They are like pure solid brass, so they are not light.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Simon is in love.
Yep. Could I have a strand of your hair?
No. Thank you. Alrighty. Well, if there's nothing else, I mean, we can always come back.
I guess one final question, since I still haven't used my free one. In the present time, at this very moment, what is considered the biggest threat against mortal civilization?
All right, fair enough. He puts his head up, comes back down. Well, truly the biggest threat right now. There is a massive fleet from the far realm currently being held at bay by an elite few that defend this world. They are alone are preventing another war. They alone are preventing this planet from being dominated by the Illithid incursions. The threat still remains, but our greatest champions hold them at bay.
Incredible. That is a lot to take in.
You asked. Above the table, so when you get to the point where you're like, why aren't the more powerful things coming here to help? There's a reason why they're not around. He kind of scans you over. He looks at Phalar, gives Phalar an opportunity to ask something if they so choose, and then kind of swings its large head back around and looks down at Simon. Just
I'm good.
giving you attention if you have anything to say.
I'm good for now. I might try to message you later with my question, unless that's not going to work, in which case I'll just come back up here if I have a burning desire to get something answered.
You will not be able to message me.
That's fine. I'll just come and pester you in person then.
So be it. If there is nothing that remains, so long as you willingly and purposefully jump from the side, you will land gracefully. And he kind of ushers his hand over towards the cliffside.
Oh, I thought there was a teleportation circle up here.
There is. Can you use it?
Oh, good point.
Tango's gonna shout, "Oh hell yeah!" and sprint for the edge and call back, "Last one down's a rotten egg," and leap.
Simon chases after.
Yep. Darren goes right after.
And that's when Floss says, roll new characters.
Yeah.
As you guys start jumping off the side, the very last person that jumps off, you hear this deep snicker. They always fall for that. And feeling that sudden tense up in your body as you go off the side, you then hear, just kidding. So you guys plummet off the side. The ground quickly starts coming closer to you. It took you 4 days to climb this high. It takes less than a minute to reach the bottom. The ground comes at you very quickly. You reach terminal velocity in a couple of rounds. And after about 2 rounds, you hit terminal velocity and you just book it at unbelievable speeds that you feel wind pushing out from the side of this massive pillar. You recognize it's the winds that's probably would buffet creatures that prevent them from able to climb upwards in it. However, it's enough that it pushes you away from those little terrace steps because you start to fall towards one, and that one comes quick, but you're pushed out from it, and then you're pushed out, and you push just a little bit out, and just in the last round, the last 100 meters, you suddenly feel yourself quickly decelerate. And in those last few seconds, it's as if like a feather fall has encircled each of you. Tango first landing on the ground, that last foot, it's just ever so gentle, and you're very gingerly set down on the ground. No damage whatsoever. You look up and you see those that followed you coming towards you again, terminal velocity, then suddenly slowing, decelerating quickly. You don't feel any pressure as you do. That simple little feathery effect. And one by one, you gently touch down into the sand over a mile down.
I kind of want to climb back up there and do that again.
That was awesome.
Right?
Simon, did you trace that teleportation circle?
I did not, because I did not think about that.
Oh no.
I didn't think of it till we landed.
But also, though, like, I feel like we probably wouldn't be allowed to do that. And he seems to know Syl.
Yeah, I thought that was the point of the circle, is so that because we've been up there once, we can use it again to get back there without climbing for 4 days.
Well, we can climb another 4 days up there to verify, but at this point, we're SOL on that one, buddy.
It is what it is.
I mean, I was planning on climbing up there again the next time when I really have a burning question.
And 10,000 gold pieces burning a hole in your pocket too.
No, I didn't use my free question.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, damn it. I should have asked if I could become a dragon. Oh, well.
Alrighty. Guess we'll find out when the time comes.
Cool. Are our camels still around?
You look around and you do not see any camels.
That's fair. It's been 4 days.
Yeah, but now we gotta trek on foot. Cause no, we can teleport back, can't we?
Yeah. I thought that
Can
was
we?
the point of these
Are we
coins.
within range?
That's a good question.
If not, we should still have the feather token. We can just fly several miles and get closer into range.
That's true.
Huh. Yeah, no, we can't teleport. Well, we could go back to Orion City, get horses or camels.
No, we can do the layer return because we got extra tokens, each of us.
Oh, we have extra ones?
Yeah, we should have extra, we should have enough tokens to do the layers return.
He specifically gave you a bag of them. He said, save
Mhm.
these for the return.
I mean, unless
Okay.
y'all want to go back to the city and try to weed out that syndicate. But
I
also,
mean,
I'm kind of over the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have sand in places that I'm tolerably certain sand should not exist.
as long as we come back eventually.
I mean, yeah, I've still got my question to ask.
All right, good.
Besides, I could always send a message to the guy that we let off, because we're going to need someone to watch our keep. And we didn't kill him. He might feel indentured to us, although we also beat the shit out of him, so I don't know.
No, I don't trust that crook to be alone in our what do we call it? Is it a bastion?
Oh, give me 1 second, my dog is going crazy, y'all.
Well, are you all ready to help to head on back?
Yeah, I feel like we should warn them that we're coming back, but where's the fun in that? And
It'll be fine.
Simon will do the layers return. He's just gonna get out of there.
All right. With that, I assume you all do it. You hold out your tokens in your hands. You take the action, and you command for a layer's return. And just uh, it's a little bit slower process than what you might expect. You almost can feel the transition happen for just a moment, and then you pop, and you suddenly feel so much cooler. It was cool at the top of the tower. It was scorching heat, and now you're back to a nice, pleasant interior. You all look around and find yourselves inside of that little teleportation room that's inside Sill's mansion.
Can you remind me the name of the butler guy?
The butler guy is. Hold on.
I'm glad you asked because I couldn't find it in my notes.
Let me make sure it's the right character. Viridian.
Yeah, that's.
Simon's gonna head through the door and call for Viridian. Oh
You
wait,
get-
no, he's not. He's gonna wait for Tango to see if that happens. Disregard.
It doesn't take too much time. You hear coming from the stairs nearby, and a green-scaled dragonborn appears. They've got a little cup in their hand. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is absolutely perfect timing. I have just made some fresh hibiscus tea. If you would like to partake of some, we have been waiting your return. So I'm sure Sil would be happy to speak to you. He is, of course, downstairs. But yeah, of course, feel free to rest on your long journey. Snacks, I can prepare snacks for you. Yes, of course. Just give me a few minutes. The tea is waiting downstairs. You're welcome to some if you'd like. But welcome.
Fantastic. Thank you, Viridian. I'm going to head downstairs, grab some tea. It's good to see you again, friend.
Simon waves and follows.
Still, we're back.
Yeah, you guys make your way down, and he's kind of sitting there waiting in the parlor. Viridian kind of starts preparing things for you. Holds the teapot up. Seems to be quite proud of himself for it. Hibiscus tea, anyone? No? Okay. Sets it down. Works in the snacks.
Oh, I was muted. I'll take some.
Oh, yes,
But
Oh,
I'll
me
pour
too.
myself. I'll pour my own because he works enough.
He's kind of very, very gently slaps your hand away and pours it for you anyways, a tiny little cup. He gives it to each of you. Syl sits down kind of in the middle of the room, looks around at you all. Well, I have to say I'm very, very eager to hear what you've learned.
Yeah, so the reason why they're here is that they were forged by a single piece of the Infinity Cloth, and it wants to be reunited into one piece. And since two pieces both came to this material plane, the rest saw it as an opportunity to rejoin them. So there's like a need for the cloth to be one, and it was enough to make the impossible possible, which is why we have one of them in our possession.
Right, it's almost like they have a mind of their own.
Or maybe it's black. Wait, are there magnets in this world? I'm sure there's magnets in this world.
There's
Maybe
magnets.
it's like magnets. Yeah, like they're just drawn to each other.
He takes it all in. His expression is general intrigue as you're speaking. He doesn't really interrupt. He just kind of lets you explain everything to him. I see. Okay. I don't know what some of that is, but I'll probably start looking into that here very soon. I take it you did a follow-up then?
Oh yeah, no. So the seven tomes, there's one in the Anthem of Decadent. There's one in this Madam Maven person in their personal collection. There is one in the Library of Ignorance, and one in an ancient library of Laughgate. We have
Simon,
one. Yeah.
I'm just wondering if maybe it'd be prudent to maybe not share. Well, Maybe I spoke too soon. It could be dangerous for several people to know all of the locations of these items.
That's true, but I've already shared 4 locations, not
5.
including the one that's in our position. Well, I mean 5 technically, but he knew about the 5th one.
Yeah.
And the 7th one is still kind of a mystery. And the 6th one's with another dragon, so
Yeah.
good point though. I probably should have been more mindful.
Uh,
But yeah, no, we know where the other ones are. Well, we know where 6 of the 7 are.
Ah, well, that's good. That's good. Oh, well,
Unrelated. Do you know who this Kothar person is?
Kothar. Hope so. Yeah, I know who Kothar is.
Okay, well, I lied. It was very much related. And then Simon's going to keep sipping his tea.
Yeah. You ran into his crew when you went to that place by the sea. It was his crew that you fought.
So I'm assuming he's probably not very fond of us right now.
As far as I know, he has absolutely no animosity towards you whatsoever. You were doing your job; they were doing theirs. It's fine.
Well, he's got one of these, so I'll leave that to you, I guess.
Is he one of the ones we saw on the street?
I think so. There was that like layabout bard-looking guy, and then there was like the uptight tiefling, like the snooty one that had like the serious snooty face that he was smelling something disgusting.
Bet that one's Kothar.
I think so too.
Sumi, are you saying he's in character?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
he looks at you. Oh yeah, that'd be Kothar, all right. We knew that you had succeeded. The other one that was Kep's group, they were the ones that Kothar's group were able to take out. You guys were the ones that ended up being victorious, though. So we had to have a quick discussion about it. And again, nothing against you. No anger whatsoever. Don't worry. They're not going to do anything about it. They know that's how it's supposed to be.
So the way you're talking, it's like there's this competition between you 3. Are we like embroiled in some like weird dragon tiddlywinks match? Like who can get this thing first for your hordes or something? Or is that like an impolite question? That's probably an impolite question. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I understand people wanting to know. Let's just say this. Zorvendal is absolutely nothing like Tiddlywinks.
Is that because it's more dangerous?
Depends on who you ask. Depends on the day. Depends on the move. Oh,
Is that also why you didn't want us to unalive people? Because you knew we were going up against their people, and if we unalived them, then we'd escalate whatever it is y'all are doing?
no, if you had unalived them, then I'd have a penalty. Glad you didn't.
Interesting.
Well,
still, what is our next job then?
Well, even if you don't want me to have it, which I understand, I do. I would be willing to help fund you to go out and get the rest of these books. I don't have a specific one for you now. I've got no moves for it at the moment. I am thinking of a castle here soon. I don't mean a physical castle. I mean, I'm talking about a move. That doesn't. It doesn't matter. I'm speaking too much there. But I would help. I'd be willing to help fund that for you. And then I personally, I don't think it'd be a good idea to have these books get together. Now that hearing that Gothar's got one, I have a feeling that he knew about this ahead of time. I'm going to look into that. But I would be very interested in seeing these books kind of collected. The Eternal Holdings is a pretty safe place. That's what I've got the book right now, the one that you guys procured before. But that doesn't mean they couldn't be robbed. It's been a long time since that's happened, but the right people could do it. These books have a mind of their own, and there's a chance it's going to get picked up somehow. I'm not going to stop you if there's other things that you want to take care of, but I'd be happy to take a look at the information you've got, help you find the others, and as I said, kind of support you in getting them back. That being said, before I forget, I do want to let you know that at least a part of your home has been renovated. You're welcome to go take a look at it. I still need to have your name so that I can put it on your deed, and then it'll be ready to go for you. Oh, and that does remind me, Mr. Tango. When I was working on the deed, I was speaking to a young lady. Well, maybe not in human years so young, but there was a young lady on the small council who seemed to take a little bit of interest in hearing your name. Perhaps you're someone you'd want to talk to. But anyhow, your home's ready. You can head on over there. Start setting it up the way you want it.
I do have one more follow-up question. Do you know who Madame Mavens is?
The name sounds familiar. Hold on a second while I do a roll behind the scenes. The name sounds familiar, but I'll have to look into it. I'll check around, not off the top of my head, but if they've got it, I'm sure we can figure it out.
Alrighty.
About that time, Viridian finishes. He sets out a small plate of macaroons, as well as they look like little fishes. Might be sardines, not quite sure, but sets those out too.
Simon's curious and will try one of the fishes.
It's very salty. It's a sardine.
Man, these rich folk eat weird. It's delicious, though. Thanks for Viridian.
Of course.
How does he eat nothing but these tiny fishes if he's such a big dragon? Like, how many of these things, like, realistically would he have to eat? Like, barrelfuls? I don't know why I'm asking you when he's right in front of me.
So looks at you and chuckles. He kind of waves his hand a little bit, kind of like you think he might just cast a slight minor illusion as little like pixie dust kind of falls from his fingers, and he goes, "Magic."
Yeah, that's fair. Asked and answered. What was the name of the young lady that was interested in Tango?
That's probably my aunt. She's on the council. I don't actually know if I know her name.
I get it. I come from a big family too. Sometimes I just look at some of my cousins and I'm just like, I don't know that I've ever met them in my life. And I'll just make up a name.
He looks over towards you, and hearing you say that, I look at my big long list of NPCs in this town, and for some reason don't see them yet. Then I go to my notes section. As soon as I get the name out of this list of 100 characters here, I will get it to you.
100 characters.
Yeah, no rush.
I've got so many here.
Just to control F.
That doesn't work in Roll20 apparently.
Huh.
Really?
Weird.
Yeah. Oh, I can do the search up at the top. That I can do. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. That's why she doesn't have Baldoria as the last name anymore. He looks over. It goes. Her name's Serafina. She's married now, so her name is Serafina Volkov. She's on the small council. She's got a home not too far from here, but she seemed to be somewhat interested.
Cool. I look forward to reuniting with a distant aunt.
Well, good luck to you.
Thanks. If you happen to figure out who my cousin and my uncle are, feel free to let me know.
I mean, can you tell me anything about them?
Yeah, my cousin runs a jewelry shop, I believe. Let me double check my notes. Yeah, cousin owns a magic item shop, and a distant uncle who's a blacksmith.
Magic shop. I only know of 2 magic shops in town. There used to be 3, but one of them closed down. Could that possibly be the one?
Absolutely. I have no idea. It's been years since we've seen each other at any family reunions. So.
Okay. Well, I do believe that the little one was owned by a really friendly fella named Bastion. If you wanted to know about that, I'd honestly suggest talking to one of the other shopkeepers, specifically Eldrin. He was much more closely tied in to the other shopkeepers in town. I'd speak to him. He'd probably have a bit of information for you on Sebastian.
Cool. I'll look into it.
Well,
Shall we go take a look at our keep?
oh, yeah. As I said, here's the deed. Just write your all's group name down on it. It's all yours. Here's the key. And it's just down the street. And I'll take you there. All right. So, obviously, the Bastion, it doesn't have to be exactly what you see here, but it's just kind of that representation. So, you guys have something to look at right now. And I'll probably open it up so you guys can move around. Hopefully, everyone can see with the token that I added.
Yep, I can see.
All right. So, there's your first floor. Here's your second floor. The second floor, as you can see, it's still kind of broken. And the top of it still. So it's under some repairs, but you have your first floor completed. How you guys want to manage your bastion? Again, I'm kind of providing this floor plan as just like a loose representation of it. You can make the rooms whatever you guys want. At level 5 now, you all will be able to go ahead and receive your bastion. It's been completed. Syl has done He's done the work for you. He's basically spent the money to get this place fixed up. It's so far on the bottom. I believe everybody gets one medium and one small space that they are able to kind of do what they want with. You guys can do it however you want. I've been kind of thinking about it, what we could do, and I think what maybe works is if you guys want to, you can literally write into the rooms that are here and say, this room is a study, and this room is a kitchen, and this room is this, or whatever you might want to do. And then each of you can kind of do 2 of them that way. Claim a space, write it down for whatever you want, just so we kind of have a note. In addition, I think you can add a Bastion character sheet. I don't know how they work very well myself. I haven't had a chance to look at them, but feel free to make yourself a Bastion character sheet to track what you have going on. We can look at them together in that regards, but the first step of your Bastion is ready. You can, along with it, you're going to have each, I think, one hireling that comes with the rooms that you have. So you'll have people that are going to start maintaining it for you. I'll look at events and the events that can potentially happen. I will say this, it is very unlikely that you're going to have your Bastion attacked. It's in the middle of this town. There's plenty of guards and so forth. But just as it's unlikely that you're going to have your Bastion attacked because it's in the city, if the city, for some reason, were to fall under attack, then it's highly likely that your Bastion would be part of that attack as well. Otherwise, we'll just do regular Bastion events and so forth with it, and we'll try to go through it. But yeah, you guys determine how you want to do it. If you don't want to use this at all, like I said, it's just a representation of it, showing you that it's kind of getting repaired. But I'm happy to do this however you guys want to do it.
All right, and we each get, so it comes with 2 basic facilities, right? 2 free basic facilities. So each one of us has our own bedroom, and then we get to pick one basic facility, or we each get a basic facility on top of that.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me pull it up and I'll read the first part.
You're good.
Yeah, I was also going to ask if it's a level 5 Bastion.
I know that you guys are supposed to get it at level 5 if we're going to do it. That's the recommendation. Yeah, if you allow Bastions in your campaigns, I'll just read this part. If you allow Bastions in your campaigns, characters acquire the Bastions when they reach level 5. You and the players decide on how that's going to come together. So, like I said, you've got you kind of inherit it from Sil here. Shape, style, and function of the character's Bastions are up to the players to determine. Again, I'm kind of giving you a place so you can make the space within it your own. Like a wizard might establish a tower, a cleric, a shrine, that sort of thing. We've grouped them together for you guys. In this particular example, they do talk about how players kind of group them together. So I'm going with that in this particular one. Every Bastion has facilities that serve basic needs, as well as special ones such as libraries, menageries, and workshops. See basic facilities and special ones. Then on the basics, you get Character's Bastion starts with 2 free basic facilities, which the character's players chooses from the basic facilities list below, which is bedroom, dining room, parlor, courtyard, kitchen, and storage. Basic facilities don't have any game effects yet, but they can inspire role-playing opportunities and enhance a Bastion's verisimilitude, aka how real it feels. A Bastion with a kitchen is functionally the same as one without, but the former gives you and your players a fun setting to start game sessions, have in-character discussions, introduce NPCs, that sort of thing. Your special facilities. Character's Bastion initially has 2 special facilities. Special facilities are Bastion locations where certain activities yield game benefits. Character's Bastion initially has 2 special facilities of the character's choice for which they qualify. Each special facility can be chosen only once unless this description says otherwise. Unlike basic facilities, special facilities can't be bought. A character gains them through a level advancement. At level 9, a character gains 2 additional, 13 and 17. So at level 5, you get 2 special facilities as well. Let's see. Special facilities at level 5. The list includes arcane study, armory, barrack, garden, library, sanctuary, smithy, storehouse, and workshop. You can give them orders to craft, trade, recruit, harvest, and research. So, for instance, let's say that Simon decides he wants to claim a room as his arcane study. You'd get one hireling with that. And then, for instance, after spending a long rest in your bastion, you gain a magical charm. It lasts for 7 days or until you use it. This charm allows you to cast Identify without expending a spell slot or using material components. You gain this charm. You can't gain the charm while you have it. So, I don't
that's
know.
a free identify.
Right. It's just one of those things. I'm gonna put it in here. Here's that. I'm also going to do something else with Roll20. Actually, I'm reading from D&D Beyond simply because it's easy. I think the information is in Roll20 also.
Yeah, I'm reading about the Bastions in Roll20.
Okay, good. Like if you just type in the word Bastion, you can search it there. I put in the Roll21. I'm going to also invite you guys to the D&D campaign in Roll20 again. Getting the link to that. I find for reading lots of rules that Roll20 is a little bit easier. I believe this is the one. Because I have the thing for that. If you want to click on my link that I've got shared, I imagine the content is available. If you want to add a character to the Roll20, then you should be able to see the Roll20 links as well. I'm sorry, I keep saying Roll20, the D&D Beyond ones. Let me just make sure that content management is shared. Oh yeah, I've got everything shared. I need to actually remove some of it. Okay. If that updated, I guess it updated. Yeah, but if you join the campaign, you should be able to have access to Dungeon Master Guide in D&D Beyond. Again, I think it's a little easier to consume there.
Yeah, because you don't have to open up the mini window and navigate.
Yeah. So feel free to join that way as well. I think we've got somebody that just joined. Might be Coin Operated 88's character.
Yeah, that's mine.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see it there as well as to what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
Again, you guys don't have to use this map. You don't necessarily have to use facility, but for the purposes of our storytelling, you guys have this huge facility that you can build up your bastion with. So it is going to be kind of a combined thing. But otherwise, yeah, it's designed as you guys see fit. I just thought you guys would like to have a physical representation.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there any
You need to turn on character creation.
Okay.
I was able to create my character.
Oh, he's got me locked where I can't.
How do I do that?
That might have been because I went crazy to start with and made like 3, but
Oh, you might be limited.
Trying to. I don't see any place that says that I can create unassigned character. I can make unassigned characters. I went to content management. Oh wait, hold on. Let's try that. No, that's that thing. I'm looking for you. I'm looking. Oh wait, there is a parsnip in here. Do you want me to remove them? Maybe I can do that. But there's a parsnip in here.
my understanding how it works, you have to Act like you're creating a new character, and then pick the create a bastion. It'll give you the option to create a character or create, give you like 20
Do you mean in Roll20 or D&D Beyond? I'm sorry.
in Roll20.
You should have the option to do that.
It won't let me do it. I got the button, the plus character button, but it won't let me. When I click it, nothing happens. So I just thought maybe you locked it after the campaign started. But
I didn't think I did. 1 second.
Y'all, there's so many good options for this. Oh my god.
Right? There's so many good ones.
Okay, I just made a quote parsnips. So you should be able to see that. You should have. Oh wait, maybe you can't edit it yet. Hold on.
no edit access. You do not currently have the ability to edit or control this character sheet.
There you go. Try now. Close it and reopen it. Maybe one for Tango. Oh, I just noticed the Phalar's with us. Hello, Phalar, and welcome.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Yeah,
Uh,
I've been listening along.
Quick recap. Everyone was with the Answer Dragon for a while. Plenty of information. I'll let the guys kind of disseminate the information that they got. You are welcome to essentially ask the Answer Dragon a question if you have one. You had a free one. If you could put together 10,000 gold, you're welcome to ask a second question. I will say that, kind of simply put, the Answer Dragon does their best to. They kind of went over their rules, but they do their best to answer questions. They answer questions honestly. They can't answer every question, and what the group kind of found out is like they can't see into the future. They can't say why somebody had a motivation to do something, for instance. But if it's knowledge, they can do that, and they do their best to answer questions based on your intent. So they don't try to like screw you over and catch you on little, like a hiccup of what you might say. But if you had something you wanted to ask, we'll kind of recount things and say that that question was asked. At the end of things, the dragon basically said, "You're welcome to jump off the ledge. As long as you purposely jump off the ledge, you'll be fine." So everyone jumped off, reached terminal velocity, took about 4 or 5 rounds to get down to the bottom, and then had a nice gentle descent the last few feet. So I assume you would have done that as well. Just a reminder, while you're up there, there was a teleportation circle over to the side, and at one point he conjured a table and chairs, some couches, and so forth, so everyone could relax. Anytime you ate any of the food, you essentially got the benefits of a long rest. He played with his hoard a little bit. The hoard was huge, Scrooge McDuck style. Yeah, so if there was anything that you wanted to ask during that time, feel free to let us know.
Okay. Give me just a minute.
Also, we leveled up.
And you're level 5, yep. The standing in the divinity, some showed upon you, and you felt like you've reached a milestone in your life, aka you became level 5. I'm making Bastion inserts for everybody, by the way. So if you haven't gotten yours, that'll be just a second.
Awesome.
Where are you doing that?
It's under players.
Oh, I see.
You're supposed to be able to do it yourself, but I guess I didn't do it right.
So we start with 2 basics? Is that
2 basic and 2 special, I believe.
Yeah. The specials, like personally, I'm looking at the arcane study, the smithy, and the warehouse. Like I know that's 3, but and then also the garden. If depending on the garden type, we could actually get a free healing potion, which would be beneficial. But we could also just buy those.
Something that I mentioned in chat as well, you guys now should be able to see a shops section. So if you want to see what's available in shops that you've been to, I'm going to try to keep things in there as well. So the 2 shops that are in town, they have their item list. And then Tara's back in the desert. Her shop is there as well. plus the traveling salesman. Tango, is that something that you'd want to do while everyone's kind of looking around, or do you want to play with your Bastion for a little bit?
I'm still kind of reading over Bastion stuff at the moment.
Sure. That's fine. Just let me know if you want to go and find the small council or whatever it might be.
Okay. I'll circle back around to that in a little bit.
Also, let us know if you want company with it or not.
Always happy to have friends tag along.
The Baylor question, the answer, Reagan, would have been what they need to do to gain favor with Galatia.
So Tango asked questions. It kind of told a story. And maybe yours would have come first, maybe theirs would have come first, but they mentioned Felicia as well. And the dragon, this massive dragon with this huge head, when he was talking about Felicia, I kind of had this little strange snicker when Tango mentioned her and whether or not that the Asimars and their family may have had anything to do with her. His response was essentially, yeah, there's this very strong chance Felicia's in your bloodline somewhere. And when you ask that question, the dragon looks at you. It says, I will give you this one. Enjoy life, party. That always makes her happy. You're welcome to ask something else.
Good to know.
Just when Tango asked their questions, they were able to get a few freebies in place.
Well
Because they
done,
just sort of
Ted.
asked they were just sort of they asked kind of the right questions that the dragon would either seem that they wanted to answer without charging, or when they asked about the language of magic, they basically gave a response as not so much a divine being, but they responded in a way that was more like they themselves talking. Oh, just a reminder to make sure everybody did that when they were leveling up. The way I do hit points is I try to do the best of both worlds. You're welcome to roll hit points, and if you get higher than average, you keep it. Otherwise, take average. So you don't ever have to worry about rolling hit points and like getting a 1 and being like stuck with that. Like Phalar.
With average.
Phalar can take average.
I found roll 20.
Got to get that out of the way.
I didn't see the option for rolling while I was leveling up on my character sheet. Roll 20 it didn't seem obvious, so I just went with the average. But
I didn't see it either.
Yeah,
I
that's.
figured I'd roll and see if I got something better.
Yeah, maybe there's a setting that I need to adjust or something. I'll take a look at that, but I would also hate for it to force the roll and then force you to keep it. So, yeah, doing it manually probably works best.
DM, just to clarify, we each get 2 special facilities? I'm sorry, or together we
From what
only have 2?
From what I can tell, you're supposed to get 2 basic rooms, which
Yep.
you do, which aren't 100% necessarily. They're more like role play rooms.
Mhm.
And then everybody gets 2 of the special rooms.
Oh shit, okay. Well, in that case,
Yeah, it's a character's bastion, has 2, but this is like a group one. So just have to imagine if you had your own little wizard's tower over to the side, you'd have 2 special facilities in it. So since Phalar, Silas has to take a little break for a little while. He might be out for a month or 2. He's hoping he's able to come back, but his Thursdays became occupied. So at this time, you guys should essentially have this mansion with these 10 special facilities as well as 10 other rooms. I don't think there's quite 20 in here. So I would focus on the specialties probably first, and maybe then one room like Tango's grabbed a bedroom, like grab yourself a bedroom, and then grab one of the other rooms and say, this is my sanctuary. This is my study, whatever the case may be. And if you guys want to like build your own hirelings, that's fine. Oh yeah, I will say this: if there's a billion NPCs in my world, right? Like there's a billion, 999 million of those NPCs have the name Bob. So if you ever are like going along and you're like, hey, what's this guy's name? I'm like, his name's Bob. Her name's Bob.
I'm reading the Bobaverse books.
Okay. But yeah, Bob means that Bob is my generic name for any NPC to which I haven't given a name. So feel free to just say you have hirelings. We can call them Bob. Or you're welcome to make your hireling as detailed as you want to make them. That's all on you guys. Not a requirement by any means.
Does anyone want to grab a room with me? There's 3 rooms with 2 beds, and then there's 2 rooms with 1 bed and 1 big room with a double bed.
Tango already grabbed one of the double bedrooms because he's fancy like that.
No, it's fine. I might just grab. Ooh.
All right, Fulst, I've got my question.
Go for it.
What was the most popular dance before the Chaos Wars that did not survive or lost to time?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, I made a list of a whole bunch of questions I thought you guys might ask. That was not on them, so I'll have to find the answer to that one.
I'm shocked you didn't anticipate that from a dance bard.
Didn't anticipate that one.
Bonus points if the answer can teach me the dance. Just saying.
Imagine the dragon just dancing.
I love it.
Nice.
That's the dance, Phalar.
Never been able to move my tail like that.
That's funny. Reminds me of Toothless for some reason. All right. All right. So I've made a note of it now, so I'll have this for later. Looks at you. All right. So you seek knowledge of a dance that is no more. I present to you the Weaver's Trance. For this, a visual representation would be appropriate. And he holds these 2 massive hands out, and in between, you see an image of a humanoid kind of appear. So this was a ritualistic dance of a nomadic group that was celebrating both creation and sustenance. And they essentially tried to capture the ebb and flow of water, the tides. And it kind of shows this very fluidic dance that the person that's doing it, you could recognize a humanoid. They're not tailed, but it's nondescript, kind of like a mannequin. And you see precise steps, outstretched arms, subtle turns of a head, in what appears to be kind of weaving back and forth with the hands moving kind of gracefully from side to side. And yeah, they do more or less teach you this dance. The best way I could describe it would be something similar to that of like water bending.
Very cool. All right.
Are we free to share each other's like special room, or like if because I picked the arcane study for my special one, right? I know we technically get two, but like, do I need to put Simon's arcane study or
No, if you see there, it says that anyone that takes a long rest in the Bastion gets the thing for like the arcane study.
cool? Okay, just because I figured that will save on me ritually casting identify 1,000
Yeah.
times.
Unless Mr. Foltz wants to change it.
Let's see, special facility. I don't think that. Just now, I'm just making sure. I don't think the boons are too much either way. But I don't think that like if Simon has an arcane study and somebody else has like an armory, and you're spending your time in the Bastion, that you spend you long rest in the Bastion, that you get the benefits of both the arcane study and the thing. So if two people both want to get that identify token, for instance, or want to use the arcane study to craft an arcane focus, there would need to be two arcane studies. Now, I'm fine if you pick like a space and say this is Tango and Simon's arcane study, so we're both going to get the benefit of it. But you don't. I don't think you could say, okay, I'm going to have an arcane study and a barrack, and you're going to have a garden and a sanctuary, and so we get the benefit of both of us get the benefit of all four of them. Like, I don't think it works that way. But you're welcome to share a single arcane study that or like for multiple characters, and those characters get the benefit.
Cool. Okay.
Is anyone doing a library?
I was torn between that and the garden because I was thinking about doing a mushroom garden just because it's me and getting some poisons, but I'm not sure.
Considering this campaign, if nobody makes a library, I will just be slightly floored.
We're just gonna spend 10,000 gold every time we have a question,
Yeah, there you go.
or cast like augury.
I'm not looking at a library, unfortunately. I'm thinking Darren might. Well, he's definitely going to do the sanctuary, but also probably the barracks. Yeah, he'll go ahead and do the barracks. Like, I don't know, get a couple of followers to play. I don't know, to like spar with each other and all that.
Okay, that's fair. All right, and then whenever you spend a long rest, you'll get a healing word charm.
DM, are you? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
That's fine.
And we only have the first floor for now, right?
It's my intent is that you're gonna, as you level up and you gain more, that will open up the other floors. Again, this is just kind of that, just a little help with the visualization of what you guys have.
Cool. That makes sense.
I'll probably do a library. You don't have to worry about doing that, Phalar, if you don't want one.
You can
Or
both.
if you have an idea.
If you double up on the library, of course, and you're like, hey, we need this one thing to be researched, hirelings. You'll get more information. Or if you want two things to be researched, you could do that.
Yeah, we could run two, because I mean it makes sense that they all would have one. I'm torn between a storehouse and a workshop.
The workshop sounds like that sounds really good to me. Just because we can create thieves tools and things like that as needed. Or other tools. But
Yeah,
really,
I mean,
they're
pretty
all
much
awesome.
any mundane player's handbook thing that matches the tool.
Yeah, that one gets like an auto level up at level 9.
Which
The workshop at level 5, you can like craft tools and so forth. At level 9, you can actually make some
yeah, I see that.
common magic
Yeah,
items.
magic items.
Oh, that's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I think I may do a workshop, but I just have to pick the 6 tools that would be in it.
DM, I have a question for you. For the barracks, would I be able to take like a single one of those guys with us on like adventures?
There are rules around hirelings. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to do them with a bastion. Let's take a look here. So it looks like they're specifically designed to recruit bastion defenders, which aren't quite the same thing as a hireling.
Oh, I see.
Well, okay, everybody in here is a hireling. Let's see if that's the term. There's another term there's like a term to hire people. Give me 1 second. Yeah, hirelings. Hirelings are just like skilled workers for you. That's not the term I'm looking for. There's something else where I know you can like get mercenaries and so forth to come and work for you, to like go on adventures with you, but I am not finding them yet. Never used them myself, which is why I'm not sure.
I never have either. Always wanted to, but never had the opportunity to. So I don't know.
Here's what I'll say this. I'll just you guys like just barely scraped the surface of the content that I had available to you guys in the desert, which is great. When you guys ran into Onyx, there was a very strong chance that he could have joined you guys in your bastion and had been a guardian for it. Unfortunately, the way it played out, mentioning the very lazy thing that he could guard, just made it so that you couldn't have changed his mind. That was just part of it. If you talked about and Astrophy, he would have been hard set on it. So if it had never been mentioned, you immediately like, hey, why don't you come join in our place? There were some potential roles to get him here. I would see something as your barracks or something else. If you're going to have something that could potentially adventure with you, or if it's going to be something special other than just like quote Bastion Defender, you're more likely to get those through the adventuring, through meeting them, through role play with them, as opposed to just doing it the other way, where it's let's hire, or we just automatically gain someone through a recruit, and now we've got a warm body that we can send down a hallway to trigger the traps for us, kind of a thing. I'm not saying that's what you would do with it, but I've had players that are like, I'm going to go buy 12 sheep. Okay. There's a hallway in front of you. I send in my sheep. How many survive the traps?
In that case, I guess I'll probably just get a smithy.
I mean, good on him. It's a good use of sheep.
Until the god of sheep come in and smite you.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So then... Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to ask, so then is the barracks just in case like the Bastion gets attacked and then they like help protect?
Correct.
I see. Okay. Never mind. I'm just going to do a smithy then.
Parsnip, what are you looking at?
That's what I was saying. That the likelihood of getting attacked is fairly low. But if the city gets attacked for whatever reason, then it's incredibly high.
That's what I'm thinking of for a workshop that would be available. And at level 9, magical items.
And to slightly hand wave things. You guys, you know that at least when Syl was first communicating with you guys, he's just like Simon kind of does, is he just can't help but read your minds a little bit. So you get the idea that he would have gone out and made some requests and hired your initial hirelings to be something that you would like or that you'd want. So like I said, you the rooms that have hirelings that come with it, you can customize them however you want. They're not going to have class levels or anything like that, but if you wanted 2 Dragonborn that are your hirelings, that's fine. If you only want to work with tiny people, that's fine too. So you can assume your hirelings are whatever you'd want them to be.
Oh, sweet. I got max health for that one. Hell yeah.
Good. You need more health.
Nice.
Yeah, I do. Jesus.
Awesome. A D6. Damn. No, I'm kidding.
Y'all, it is so bad.
And are we able to give orders to the rooms right now?
Yeah, at this point you'll have seen your room and can be like, all right, hey, look, hi hirelings, this is what I want you to do. So yeah, you'll be issuing your first set of Bastion commands at this time.
Okay. Do you want us to write it down anywhere or just tell you?
The Bastion commands are you're welcome. You could certainly tell me, but essentially at the 7-day mark, you'll have taken a Bastion turn. So you're issuing the commands now, but they conclude at the end of those 7 days. So it's be like, all right, guys, take a Bastion turn. And that's when you were like, okay, I would have told them to do X, Y, and Z and accomplish it. At least that's how how I interpret it from what I've read. And I think that's a little better. So you're not like, hey guys, I want you to research X, and then you roleplay for a few days of in-game time, and at the end of those times you like, oh, I learned everything, so I guess I just lost my Bastion turn.
Okay, got it.
You'll be able to kind of like retroactively say, this is what I commanded them to do, or the orders that I issued to it. All right. Does anybody want to play around with Bastion anymore? Would you guys like to explore around? I think Tango had something he was interested in doing. You guys can talk to Syl. You guys can shop in the city. You can start doing your own research as far as some of the information that you gathered. I'm leaving it up to you guys.
Oh, did Zil pay us?
Oh, he was going to reward you, and I think he got so excited by your new home, which is also a reward, that he forgot to do that. You guys are flitting about your room, your room, setting things up, starting to issue out your orders, checking things out, claiming your spaces. Silo kind of come in. Oh, yeah, just wanted to come and kind of check on you all here. Also, I'm pretty sure I know it was under my request, so I want to make sure that I properly compensate you for your time. I'm sure it couldn't have been too fun in the desert. But now that you've been there, for one thing, uh, the dragons will welcome people back. You're welcome to use his teleportation circle if you met him. I'm sure you noticed it over there to the side. Plus, I wanted to make sure that you all got paid for your time. So here you go. And he's just like he has before. He reaches in, pulls out little bags, goes and offers one to each of you. You guys look inside. Syl, he almost always pays in platinum or some type of gems. But you look inside and you kind of scoot through the coins. Inside of it, you see 50 platinum in each bag that he hands you guys. Have to make sure that I'm paying my people well.
Thank you, Zil.
It's not my plan to necessarily pay you to go and get the other books, but like I said, I'd be happy to help fund you going out and finding them. Perhaps I'll make it more of an actual quest at some point if it seems like that's appropriate. But for now, I'm good. If I get a nice little Torrenton task, though, I'll certainly mention that to you all. In the meantime, I'm going to go and look at things. Oh, and I did do a little bit of checking around. This wasn't very difficult for me to find. Madam Maven. Madam Maven, yes. She's a little bit of a leader of a town. It's not too far from here. Not too far from here. To the west, there's a little town that's kind of cropped up over the last few years. Named Hagstooth, and she leads that place. So I thought I'd heard her name before, but I had to double check on it.
This isn't going to be one of those situations where, like, the name is descriptive of the person that we're running into, is it? Oh, God.
I mean, it's a bit on the nose, certainly, but I imagine it's called that for a reason.
Oh, boy. Well, we have other options unless y'all want to go meet up with the lady who leads a town called Hag's Tooth. I'm sure there are good hags, right?
I'm sure there are. I'm sure everyone is good to somebody. I will tell you that I do know. Got this bit of information that quite a few hexbloods have come out of Hagstooth. So if you're familiar with that type of a legacy of someone, that ancestry, then that'll tell you something. I don't judge.
Maybe I need to stop being so assumptive. Presumptive? I don't know the word. Okay.
I believe you're looking for the word presumptive, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just all kind of depends on what you do with it.
That's fair.
As I said, I would go ahead and I would start doing some research myself. You all might want to do the same. I'm going to assume that you want to find these, that you seem to have a bit of a vested interest in it. Like I said, I'd be happy to help fund trips that you might need to take. Some of those places did seem a bit familiar. I mean, we all know what Deshaden is. Lifegate, that's that's the island that was discovered. Venturers go there. I've heard it's pretty dangerous. So there's that.
Well, we have multiple options, and we will keep you appraised of what we decide and work with you and try to obtain these books.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And if, like I said, if I have a specific job for you, something that I have like a predetermined reward, I'll be sure to let you know. Don't have anything right now, so you do what you adventurer types do. I'll let you know as soon as I learn anything else.
How many? Tango asked how many Zorvental tokens we had.
You all received one, and then you got a second set of two that was designed for the teleportation. When you teleported, those were consumed, so everybody should have one, with the exception of Phalar, who stole one. They have two.
Okay, cool.
It did it again. Didn't have to call me out.
Just wanted to make sure you didn't forget about him.
All right, I updated the party notes to include, like, underneath where the 7 tomes are. I added the notes for Madame Maven. Well,
Well, whenever we're ready to get going, something that Darren would like to do here would be to get another like a job, like a side quest, I guess. Just if it's anywhere near to where we're going to be going, I would like to have the opportunity to do that if the party would like to.
yeah, sure. I think Tango wanted to go see his family though too. And I'm wondering if we could we could find the guy that he's related to. I think you said it was one of your cousins, Tango. If they're still around, maybe we could hire them to work for us.
Yeah, sounds like maybe he went out of business with his shop, so maybe he's looking for work. That's kind of what I
Yeah,
wanted to talk to my aunt about too. See if there's any kind of weak spots in the current market of Torrenton that we might be able to fill with this new enterprise of ours.
Also, Parsnip, what did you end up building? Like, what was your request?
Huh?
For the Bastion? Like, on the map, Phalar's got his workshop, or got her workshop, and then we've got a combined library, and then there's the arcane study that we got. And, we've got a few storehouses and stuff like that. What kind of facilities did you request?
I'm still working on it.
Oh boy, I'm really nervous. Well, I could also reach out to some of my family and see if they can just come and, if they want to get out of the farm.
I'm really excited about some of the level 9 stuff in the Bastion. This looks fun.
Right, those are fun.
Yeah.
No, you guys are welcome to keep working on your bastions and so forth. You take some time to do so. If you want, you could even spend the day in it, and you could take your first long rest in your new home, and then kind of go out the next day and see what's out there, start doing things, get those first benefits that you would have resting in your bastion. Nice. Absolutely. A lot of sand in the ears, surprisingly, a lot of sand in the ears and in other unmentionable places. We'll say you guys take the day. You get to know your hirelings. You get to know your new space, and you begin starting to issue out what you want your bastion to do for you. You get a day's worth there, so we check that off. You sleep in your beds. They're not perfect. They're not amazing, but they're certainly very nice. And unlike other times, they're your own. So it's something special about having a place that you're calling your own. So you all sleep well. You have a nice long rest. It's comfortable. As far as I'm concerned, when you're sleeping in your bastions, there's no watches or anything like that. You've got plenty of people. You've got staff on hand that are watching out for you and so forth. Unless you're in a dangerous situation, you just rest comfortably. So you have a long rest. The day comes, the next morning rises. You finally are starting to get back onto that better sleeping schedule where you're not traveling during the cooler night and sleeping during the hottest part of the day. You take that little bit of time, get yourself back onto a schedule, and the morning comes. You wake up. I'm sure someone's got a kitchen in there. You've got hirelings in your kitchen. They prepare food for you. It's not quite like what Syl has. It's not like the food that you just had on top of the tower, but once again, this is your own place. This is your food, something that kind of belongs to you. So that it can't help but improve the flavor with a bit of that case. You guys have your breakfast, and the day awaits. What do you guys wish to do?
Yeah, we really need to figure out a name for ourselves.
Yeah.
You mentioned you mentioned a few, both of y'all did, you and Darren. I really like the dragon spawns.
Me too. It feels fitting, knowing what we
I
know
like it.
now.
You guys let me know. I like dragon pawns myself. I liked of the list. I'd say just because why not? Speaker's Magic sounds pretty good. Seekers of the Hereafter, I like those too. Dragon Spawns certainly work. But it's all you guys, whatever you want.
I'm just worried about advertising what it is we're actually seeking, because while not everyone knows what the hereafter is, there might be a few people that do, and then we might
Yeah,
bring
you're right.
we might bring some attention to us, and I don't know that we want that just yet.
Yeah, I had the same thought, and the same thing with including Syl's name in there. I don't know if he wants us advertising that we are his exarchs. And I really didn't feel like the Helios stuff was fitting for our entire group. I get that you're devoted, Darren, but I think we should figure out something that is inclusive of all.
I guess Dragon Spawn seems kind of like we're his slaves, you know?
I mean,
Well, no one knows that he's the dragon we're talking about, and I don't know. It's kind of
Yeah, it's not specific to him.
like an inside jest, kind of.
and there's like an air of mystery around it too. Like people will start to wonder, who are these dragons? Why are they pawns? And it might just get in people's heads and gain some notoriety and a little bit of a mystery there.
We could also just axe the pawn part, and we can do something else too, if that's a that makes
Just
you feel
dragons.
uncomfortable. Well, no, because that's just presumptuous. Like, let's be serious.
Yeah.
We could be the dragon's horde. I don't know.
Ooh. Yeah, we're Seal's. We're Seal's horde.
Well, let's not call him out specifically, because I don't know that he wants to be outed.
No, I'm not putting up a name. I'm just saying, like, we're that precious to him.
Yeah. I don't know. If I had to guess just one, I'm gonna go with the dragon's pawns, I think.
If you didn't want to sound like slaves, you got options like Dragon's Boon or Blessing, kind of the opposite of that. Dragon's Grace.
Or dragon's tooth. Just the one.
Just one.
What about the dragon's grin?
I mean, that works too.
Well, whatever name we choose. Just because Foles was asking, that's what I would like to do to get a contract ready. But that is whenever we get to that.
We could also be the dragon dancers, because didn't Phalar learn a new dragon dance? Oh no, you learned a dance from the dragon.
I mean, you're not wrong either way. Yes, it was a dance from dragon, not a dragon dance.
And also, y'all are pretty graceful killing things.
I gotta say, I kind of like Dragon Dancers. But I like just about everything. This is another thing that you can handle. Yeah, dots for short.
Oh, I like that. Also, though, I'm worried. I really do like that. I do. This is not criticism at all. Please do not take it as such. But I'm worried that they might try to think that we're entertainers and y'all might have some musical ability and some talent dancing, but I am about as graceful as a three-legged goat on a mountainside that's blind. So it's not going to work.
Hey, that's not true.
I
Simon.
mean, we'll work on the dancing, but like, is it a bad thing if they think we're a dance troupe? Then
No,
would be
but
under what's the word? I can't think.
disguise, espionage. I can't think of the word. I think I know what you're trying to get at, though.
Underestimated. There we go. Simple word. Just couldn't get there.
I'm worried, though, that it might limit the kind of jobs we get. Like, and Simon looks at Tango like, we have people who like to hit things a lot and are really good at it. And I'm worried that that might limit our jobs to not hitting things. But I'm all for it. I'll go with whatever y'all like.
There's a good list there. Well, let's say you guys come up with a name. You scribble it down on your contract. We can handle it in Discord over the next week or so. But well, let's get a stamp of approval on something. You have a contract, a title that you guys keep in your home here at some point. Has your name on it. A copy of it's going to be taken over and registered. You guys can take that yourself. One of your hirelings can kind of run it for you. That's no problem. let's move on from this just for now. Anything in the town? What is it you'd like to do first in town? Because you've talked about potentially finding additional work. You've mentioned going and possibly talking to the Baldoria. I kind of dropped a hint to another place you can go for him to for Tango to go and ask questions about his cousin Sebastian. So those are some things that are kind of like right in front of you if you want to do them. But if there's anything else you'd be interested in doing, feel free to let me know as well. But what would you guys like to do?
I mean, was it the Luminary Emporium? Is that where you were referencing?
Sid mentioned the proprietor of the Luminaries Emporium as someone that would likely know what might be going on
Okay.
with Sebastian.
Cool. Okay. Just want to make sure I had the name right.
I'd be down to go check that out, seek out some information. Something I also wanted to do really quick is ask Sil how we could go about getting more of these Torrenton tokens, if we have to buy them or what.
Sure. So let's go ahead and we'll move you out of your little home here for now and go here. It's a simple little walk. You guys are basically like Sil is here on the map, and you guys are over here on the map. So you're very close along the same street. So you can kind of walk past his place as you head more to more of the city. Oh yeah, as far as the tokens are concerned, they're typical rewards that I give out for completing the mission. In fact, I probably should go ahead and give you some for completing it the last time. I did ask you to go, so yeah, that was definitely one of mine. It wasn't as specific as a Torrenton task, but yeah, it's certainly appropriate. So there you go. He'll give you guys each one of them again. Yeah, please remind me about that. Sometimes I forget. Sorry. But yeah, typically if I'm doing some kind of a maneuver here in Torrenton and I ask you to do it, you'd be getting one of these as a reward for completing it. Even if you don't necessarily win. So, for instance, if you had gone down to that little library and you got bested, you still would have had one as a reward.
Cool. Sounds good. They are quite useful, so it's good to maybe have a few on hand. Got any more tasks that we could gain a few more from?
At the moment, I don't. I'm looking into this. My hope is that if you or we find something out, we determine you're going to go somewhere, then I can look to see what type of particular tasks I could include as part of it. So, like, say for instance, you wanted to head off to Lifegate right now. Wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but let's say you do. Then give me a little bit of time, and I'd probably come up with something that would be helpful in that area, something that I'd ask you to do, and give you a reward for it. But don't have one right at the moment. Sometimes the tasks, they come fast and furious. You'll get several in a day. Sometimes they go days, weeks, years between them. Unlikely to be years. We're right in the middle of things right now, so it's unlikely to be that, but certainly days or maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, of the locations that we provided you, right? What would you recommend us go to first?
Well, if it were me, I mean, there's the ones that's maybe a little bit safer, but then there's the one that's like, oh, let's just get them over with. The ones I could think about, and I've got three. The closest one, well, maybe not quite the closest, but about probably be either Hagstooth or Theshiden. I'd go to one of those first, probably. Yeah, either of those would go. You could take a boat, get to Theshidan that way. The other one, you go to Hagstooth. At the very least, you can go and just talk to them, see what they have to say. It's not like they're going to eat you or anything.
Would you show us on the map where these locations are, DM?
Certainly.
Pretty please.
He helps you pull out your map and he points to locations on it. So it's about equidistant, maybe a little closer to go to Theshidan, but yeah, there's your Hagstooth. Theshidan's up there. It's on another island, so it's a little closer. But travel's been kind of slow there. Typically, what people do, they go there is they first travel to the Broken Shores, and then they travel to Theshidan by land. Ever since things split apart, the water's going all the way around to it. There aren't as many boats that go that way. But we could hire a boat for you to get down over to Hagstooth, or you can go by land. We could certainly hire somebody for you there. And then Lifegate, Lifegate's not even on your map. Lifegate's, and he goes, that's way over here. That's quite a bit northeast of Theshidan, kind of in the middle of an ocean.
Well, we'll be sure to let you know, depending on at least those two, which one we decide to go to first.
That's fair. And of course, if we do some research and we find out more information about some of those other places, if we learn more about them, maybe you choose to go someplace different. But right now, we got to do a little bit of looking it up. Right now, there's one in particular I'm trying to find out about.
Is it the one in the Library of Ignorance? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I'm trying to research that, and I suggest you try to look at that one as well too. They gave you a name for it, so I'm sure somebody's got to know something about it.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that one.
Well, as it stands now, I think going to Theshidan might be the best. It's the closest one.
I mean, it is the first one that the Ant Dragon gave us. And we get to go by boat for a little bit, which will be fun.
I don't know if I'm ready to quite go home yet.
Well, let's go talk to your family and maybe they'll give you a reason. I hope not, if you're not ready for it.
Yeah, I just don't feel like I've accomplished anything to impress my father.
You've literally found a book, one of 7, that are world altering. If your father's not impressed by that, then
He won't be.
Jesus Christ.
I like that. I just imagine someone's like, but you found a book.
Yeah. A book.
Well, and you also met a dragon. You met 2 dragons. We beat up some people. There's a lot to be proud of.
We'll see.
As Simon's saying this, he's realizing that it's probably not. He probably needs to stop talking.
So getting that little conversation. Was there anybody in particular that you would like to speak with at this point now?
I want to head to the luminary, see if we can ask about my cousin.
All right. You head to the Luminary Emporium. It's down in this area down here, and you head on in. You're the only ones in there at this time, but the group of you kind of go in, and large curtains in the back of the shop, and they kind of again the shop has this motif of like cosmic. It's got stars glittering about here and there, similar to Terra's in that it's got stones that are illuminated, kind of the soft purple glow throughout, and the elven man with pale skin, white hair, small little horns on it, comes out from between the curtains, stands behind the counter, and looks at you all. Yes, welcome back, and how may I help you?
Wait, welcome back. We've been here before.
Yeah, we came in. Oh, you got antsy, and I don't think you came in with us.
That checks out. Sorry. Nice to meet you. My name's Tango. Tango Baldoria. I heard you might know something about
Bastion.
There used to be a third magic items shop here in Torrenton. I thought maybe that third owner, possibly by the name of Sebastian, could potentially be a cousin that I'm looking for.
Oh, yes. I'll admit, when you first came in, I thought you were going to be looking at Urset's but your cousin Sebastian, yes, I was quite familiar with him. We did business for many years. Not too long ago, though. He just sort of stopped. He worked out of here, but he mostly dealt with imports and exports. He shipped a lot of those goods out of the city. I'd heard that business had become difficult for him, but then, just without any warning, he was gone. The contents of his shop were just empty, and I hadn't heard from him anymore. I assume he just decided to move on. That his business model was failing or something. He left.
How unfortunate.
Can I do an insight check to determine if he might be withholding something?
Yeah, you can like try to read his body language and so forth, and say, oh, he's
Yeah. I ain't insight and shit.
no. Well, I mean, 10's not necessarily that bad, but you don't. He's not really giving anything away. He's just kind of, he's a very typical elven in this case, where he's not giving anything up. He doesn't seem to have much inflection. But you don't see any hesitation in what he's saying.
Okay. Do you remember where his shop was? And is it still empty?
Yes, his shop is empty. There is someone in town that you could potentially speak with. They came in here as well. They were trying to ask about them, and they seemed very, very angry. I mean, a customer is a customer, but he was so boorish. Oh, there's shops down the street, by the way. Yes, it's empty. It's a smaller one. He mostly had an office and a storage facility, a very small amount of space for actual customers to come in and out. There was a fellow, though, the fellow that came in here. He had reddish hair, wore this intricate little plaid skirt thing, showed his hairy legs a bit.
Is he describing the guy I saw in the bar?
He is.
Wasn't that like... How long were we in the desert? 12, 13 days ago?
Yes. I don't know if he's still here or not, but if he's still in town, last time I saw him was probably about a week ago. He hasn't really interacted with me in a couple of weeks, but he seemed to know something about him.
Did you get a name from him, or like did
Oh,
he at least introduce
he
himself?
he blasted a name out at me as if I was supposed to pay attention to it. I didn't catch it. He wasn't something that I would follow.
I gotcha. Well, did he give you any information on like where he was staying or anything like that, or no?
No, it was more about am I going to be able to trade like he could before? Why would he have stopped? What's going on? He's ruining my family. Something like that.
In other news, you mentioned you have an Eye of Hurts. Is that what you called it?
No, sure. He points over and you see this little white like marble sitting on a shelf. There's that side. Fairly common.
Tango, do you want your eye replaced?
Excuse me?
I'm not to be rude. I'm
Not
sorry.
you. Not you, Sammy. You're okay. But this guy saw a guy walk in with an eye patch and assumed I just want some glass eye?
This thing lets you see through it. Like you'd regain the use of your eye. I mean, it wouldn't be your eye, but it'd be your eye.
Sorry. It's just that it's common if someone were to come in here and be in a situation such as yours. I don't mean to offend you. Everyone's so offended these days because I just don't say the right things.
You certainly
My
don't know.
apologies.
You'll see a little bit of the nobility in Tango come out as I raise my chin and thank you for the information, but I don't need your stupid eye. I'm going to turn and walk out.
Very well. Come back if you wish to purchase anything, any of you.
I do actually. Yes, sir. I'm not looking for an eye, but similar. Like a pearl that you might have that might give people power.
Oh, yes, of course. And he points in the other direction to what also appears to be a little white marble on a shelf. Yes, of course. We routinely keep those in stock.
Perfect. I will take it.
All right, so you wish to buy his pearl of power that's in stock?
I do. Yes.
500 gold.
Okay. I'll give him 50 platinum, and I'll give him one extra gold piece. And
You hand him a gold piece like as a tip, and he kind of raises an eyebrow. Thank you. Turns around and places it inside a little chest that he's got in the back behind his counter.
may the Watcher watch over you, my friend.
Yes, indeed.
Oh no! Did you remove it, DM?
I did.
Oh no! Okay, got it.
It's sold.
I'll just have to find it in the compendium.
Oh,
We have. I thought we had one as a group, didn't we?
Yeah, we do. But
Okay.
as a paladin that doesn't get a lot of spell slots, I would like my own.
No, that's totally understandable. I think they also have a cloak of many fashions. Is that right?
They do. See a cloak over on like a little wooden mannequin.
That is very tempting.
And sorry, Tim, are we able to take the long rest in the Bastion or not yet?
Yeah, you guys took this is the next day. You guys took a long rest in your bastion, so you would have had whatever bonus you would have had from staying in it.
Okay, thank you.
Simon's gonna go outside and look for Tango and see if Tango's just like waiting out before us, or if he's sort of moving on.
Tango, not sure if you're waiting for everybody or not. Tango apparently has stormed off. So you head outside and you don't really see a Tango.
I will go ahead and use sending and just send him a quick message. Shoot, what do I want to say? Hey, buddy, we've left that shop. Did you want to go meet your aunt? Question mark.
So Tango, you get that message kind of just rushes into your head as you receive a sending. You recognize that you're able to reply. It's a little weird because at the very end of it, you actually hear the words question and mark because there's space for it, but you can reply.
You can reply to this message.
Answer to this message. Yes. Halfway there, heading for Founder's Keep. Try and keep up.
I'm not going to spend a spell slot back, but I'll let everyone else know where he's headed, and if we want to go ahead and head over there.
All right. You guys, being freshly inspired by Phalar, you begin rushing to catch up to Tango and heading to Founder's Keep to likely get a quick audience with the small council. We'll go ahead and we'll end it there tonight and pick that up next week. I will challenge you all to, try to pin down a name for the group. I know I've always has a problem doing that, so I don't envy that position I'm putting you in. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end it there tonight, guys. I hope it was fun to talk to the dragon. Get your bastion, start doing that. Plan what you want to do with it, and heck, if you want to, you can just tell me you want to spend a week here in town, do research, and have a bastion turn. We can do that. We can have fun with it. So you guys talk about it.
DM, for my notes, how many days are left before before Professor Parsnip teaches us a spell? I just want to see if my notes are right.
I think at this point, you guys, like, you have 3 and others have 4, I believe, something like that.
Mhm.
Might be 2 and 3, but I think it's 3 and 4. So, like I said, if you wanted to spend a week in town, have a bastion turn just to kind of do it, spend that time just researching, talking to people, we can certainly do a kind of a skip head like that, and you guys will have all learned the spell. I'll go ahead and I'll give a handout to everybody for Nerve Skitter.
I mean, up to you guys, but I would love a bastion turn. It would really do a lot for me.
Yeah, I would like to research the Well, once we determine where we're gonna head, I'm gonna research.
Yeah. For sure. So like after we kind of know where we're gonna go, maybe like take a little bit of a break.
Mhm.
Sorry, adding a quick note.
Taylor needs to practice the new dance anyway.
All right. I'm showing the nerve skitter to everybody. This would be if you guys, just assuming you guys are going to take that and take your bastion turn, which is totally fine. You'll all have access to the spell. You'll have learned it. You can cast first level spells on it. And if Tango ever decides to take up the offer or learn the spell, he's welcome to it as well. And there's a little note in how it would work for the psionic fighter.
Where did you put it? Is it in handouts?
Yep,
Oh,
it's
I
in the
see.
handouts.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Mhm.
But as always, if anybody has any questions, feel free to hit me up. D&D is my fun hobby, so I never mind talking about it. If you guys do decide that you want to take a bastion turn, it's actually recommended that it's done. Not recommended, but it's like one of the suggestions is to do it like during or between sessions. So if you guys want to do that and you all agree to it, we can talk about it in Discord. Just say, hey guys, I think we should take a week. Like, all right, guys, go ahead and plan your bastion turn. Say what you're going to have your groups doing in here, and we'll complete that turn before we even start the next session. We'll pick up the session where we left off, heading to the keep, but we'll just like move forward a week right after that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Thanks for running too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Glad the power stayed on. Made it easier.
And thanks for letting me join late, as usual.
Yeah. Always nice to have you. But yeah, glad you guys are here. Fun for me as always. So I will talk to you all next week.
It's good.
Talk
See you
to you
guys
later.
next week.
Cheers,
Bye.
Joe.
Later, guys.